Hello, I'm Frank Buckholz. I'm the North Langley Regional Director for the Greater Langley Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is doing a series of videos with candidates for the 2018 municipal election to help voters learn more about them and decide who they can vote for. And the voting day is October 20th. With me is Stacey Wakelin, who is running for Langley Township Council. Welcome, Stacey.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're running for council.
Okay, my name is Stacey Wakelin, and I am running for a seat on Langley Township Council. And I am running because I haven't felt incredibly represented by those sitting on council currently. And I'm very concerned about many issues. Many people talk about development and how fast we're growing, not enough infrastructure. One of the areas that's very important to me is addressing poverty reduction and addressing our homelessness problem in the township. I have lived in the township for almost 14 years. During that time, I have owned a small business and have been a stay-at-home mom with 2 kids.
Good. Well, thank you very much for telling us a bit about yourself and why you're running. I'm just going to ask you a few questions about some of the issues, and some of them relate to some things you've said.
Right.
Let's talk about housing and homelessness first, because you did mention that. The Chamber has identified that affordable housing, and by that we mean housing that people, no matter what your income level, can afford,
Right, yes.
is on the decline. And of
Yes.
course, sometimes this leads to homelessness. Homeless people are probably, the most visible face of that. What can the Township Council do over its next term to help ensure that there is enough for more affordable housing? I know they can't do everything, but there are some things they can do. Well, what do you see?
So what I would like to see first and foremost, I hear quite often that homelessness is not a municipal issue. And so what I would like to see is a lot of collaboration with stakeholders that are currently working in our community. We're very fortunate. We have a lot of great nonprofit organizations that are on the ground. They're working with this community. I would like to ensure that the township is collaborating with those community partners, but also advocating very strongly to senior levels of government to ensure projects like the Quality Inn project near Home Depot, projects like that, we need to see them in the community. We need to ensure that we're working as hard as we can to create these housing spaces that are needed. And also perhaps it is working with developers. We're seeing a lot of development. How can we work with those builders, those developers to create the spaces that we need that are truly affordable?
Okay. Then another issue that you mentioned is you've been a small business owner, and we are the voice of business. We
Yes.
have business we represent. We would obviously like to see our members and our non-members do well in their businesses and thrive. And we know that that's part of a healthy and growing community. What would you do as a township councillor to ensure that there's a good atmosphere for businesses?
First thing that pops into my mind is ensuring that there is a lot of engagement with the business community. My family owns a small business in the township. Certainly, I think we need to make sure that there is a lot of engagement with small business owners. I see them as the lifeblood of any community. I would like to also address, in my mind, one of the best ways to promote and help business is to ensure that we have a community that is healthy, it's thriving, so addressing property crime, that sort of thing. Just making this community as attractive as we can to encourage small businesses to, start up in Langley, to move to Langley, and also to ensure that those that are already here are having their needs met.
Okay. And then the final issue that we're asking candidates questions about is transportation and transit. As the
Yes.
township grows, particularly on the western side in Willoughby and soon Brookswood, there are more and more people moving here, and transit options are very limited. It's actually really only a year since there's been a bus line that's gone up 208th Street.
Yes.
What do you see needs to be done to improve transit and also the overall transportation challenge, which in this community is about 95% more people are using their vehicles?
I would certainly, I'm the first to admit I am a first-time candidate, so I am definitely learning along the way. What it looks like to me is I hear a lot about we don't have the transit, and yet then I'm hearing do we need transit? Ridership isn't great and that sort of thing on some routes. And to me it's a matter of if we can't meet the needs of the community, people will not choose transit as an option. I would like to ensure that we're having conversations, that there's adequate representation from the township, meeting with TransLink. I think we need to be strong advocates. We need to make sure that we're fighting to see increased transit in the township. And we are growing. I live in Willoughby. It's alarming when I drive my kids to school, and the number of cars on the road are only going to increase, and we need to ensure that there are adequate transit options. And so to me that means communication.
Okay, well thank you very much for
Thank you.